my fifth session. Okay, and once again, thanks for this platform for giving me this chance. Okay, so I went last month for Singapore. It was just a 3 days trip, so I thought what I seen or what I heard, I will share with you people. Okay, likewise I can gain my confidence. So okay, let's start. Okay, we all heard about Singapore. Okay, many good things about Singapore. You know, Singapore officially called Republic of Singapore. There is plenty of history about Singapore, but I will not go in that much back age. I will start from the 20th century. In the Second World War, it was conquered by Japan Army. Okay, once it's finished, when the Second War is finished, the British Army took over this small, beautiful island, and they conquered the 3 years. And after that, they got independence. Okay, then once the Singapore became independent, the Prime Minister, the Lee Kuan Yew, he was the Prime Minister, the first Prime Minister. He's, if I will start saying something about him, if I will start tell something about him, he is the man behind the Singapore. He is the father of the nation. He made the Singapore in this, what I can say, number one in the world, and he has a blueprint in his mind. He was the game changer of the Singapore. Okay, see, imagine in the 1960s, Singapore was just a third world country like any other Asian country. Within 30 years, when he retired, when he stepped back from the position, he made the Singapore like a richest country like Europe, European or US, American, like Western countries. So it was his great vision, it was his blueprint in his mind, and he made the country like any richest country in the world. Right now, the Singapore is the sixth wealthiest country, and he is the third richest country in the world. Per capita income of the person, of the citizen, it is more than a citizen, more than a US citizen. Imagine where now the Singapore it is. See, Asia's number one logistics supply chain, they have a very good port, and they are, I think, the fourth of clearing shipment around the world, around the planet. Population is 5.5 million people. Out of this population, 1.5 is foreigners. There is only 4 million people, they are local citizens. And Singapore is made up of 63 small islands. And the Singapore is known as the number one in investment destination in the Asia. If you want to start a business, if you have money and idea, you can go, and there is no red tapeism. You can start very easily than any other country in the world. That is one of the greatest advantages of Singapore. Okay, when we will start thinking about Singapore, there are some many brands from the Singapore. Maybe we don't know. Unknowingly we are using it, or unknowingly we are getting the service of this product, like Tiger Balm, Singapore Airlines, Tiger Beer. Sorry to say that this is well known, but it's well known in the world. So these products are from the Singapore. Okay, and Singapore is also known for the popular meeting point. The many corporate companies, they are conducting their meetings, conducting their events in Singapore. And Singapore is the only island city-state in the world. What is city-state? City-state means if you will ask for the name of the city, it is Singapore. If you will ask the name of the capital, it is Singapore. If you will ask the name of the country, it is Singapore. That's why it's called a city-state. There are only 3 surviving city-states in the world. That is, one is Monaco and another is Vatican City.
Second?
Monaco.
What about Mexico?
There had 5 city-states before, now only 3 surviving.
Mexico City is a
It
different
was
name.
before, now it is not, no more. And in Singapore, they have a 4 official language. You can see one of our Indian language, it is there in 3rd position, Tamil language. The first 74% of the people, they are speaking Chinese, and 13.3% they are speaking Malay language, and 9.2% is speaking the Tamil, and the balance is English. Even though almost people, they know English. And see their signboards. Tamil also there in their signboards. Everywhere you can see Tamil. I'm going to discuss something about interesting fact about Singapore. Singapore, the third lowest birth rate in the Asia side. Okay, so in order to promote the birth rate, the government is giving 6,000 for the first child in the family. 6,000 Singapore pound. One Singapore pound is Singapore dollar is 2.66 dirhams. Singapore is also called the land city, and there is no land in the city. So there is a story behind this name, land city. The princes of Indonesia in 13th century, he came to Singapore and he saw a creature. He thought that is a lion. So he called, this is the city of Singapura. Okay, in Sanskrit it's called land city. Likewise the name came, and now all the people are calling the lion city, but unfortunately there is no lions in the city. There are many tigers are there. The people are telling he saw the tiger, but yeah. Another interesting fact about Singapore is the fine city. Fine city means the people, they are, the first of all, Singapore is a very safest and very organized city in the world. Okay, the people, they are obliged, it is their responsibility to follow the rules and regulations of the country. They are doing it. So they are instructing to the foreigners also. So if you go to Singapore, if you did something wrong, or if you did this all fines, you will get plenty of fines. For example, if you smoke outside the public area, you will get $1,000. That means 1,000 Singapore dollar. And if you will urinate in the public area, if you are not flushing in the public toilet, if you are not flushing in the hotel room, your cleaning boy of the hotel, he can put a complaint against you. You will get the fine of $1,000. And for wasting the water, for spitting in the road, or chewing gum, and other thing, if you want to carry chewing gum to the Singapore, you need to declare in the airport, I'm carrying this one. Okay, so it is, be careful if you are planning to go to Singapore, and don't spit on the road. You will get 1,000 dirham fine.
So,
not 1,000 dirham, 1,000 Singapore dollar.
did you pay any fine over there?
No. So, and one more thing, if you will repeat it again, you will get 2,000. So it will be doubled again.
Okay.
Another interesting fact, owning a car. See, before you buy a car, you need to buy a certificate of entitlement. Okay, this COE, you know how much it cost? 70,000 Singapore dollar. 186. Imagine this is only by a certificate. You didn't get the car. Okay, you didn't buy the car so far. See, a Toyota Corolla, 153,000 Singapore dollar. How much it cost? 400,000 Singapore dirhams in our local currency. So in this work, we can buy here Mercedes 7 Series, 7 Class, BMW, or Porsche Cayenne. That's why the people, what I understood, the people, those who have a permanent residence, they are not interested to take a driving license. They are not interested to buy a car. They are, all the people, they are depending the public transport. The government motive, the government is promoting to save both money and the environment. That is the message actually. Because we can see there is not much traffic there. Not like Dubai. Traffic is there, but not it's a moving traffic.
They have a dynamic traffic control system also. If you enter the city on certain times and days, you like your Saliki here, you know what is the charge to drive to the city. That day,
Certain area they said you are
dynamic charge. So when you're coming from outside, it will show that so much is the money today. So depending on the number of cars in the city, how you read a parking set, they know how many cars are on which road. So they have sensors.
We should be well aware about the traffic signs and everything.
You have to take outside roads and go. You enter the city, that money will go from your the sensor. Like your Saliki is being used only on the roads, right?
Yeah.
In Singapore, that particular device will sense in every parking lot. Nowhere you have to take that thing and car and do that. The same Saliki like device on the which is there will the money will reduce from that. It is like a old car.
Okay. And they have a well-organized transport system. They have a metro system. The metro system, there are two types. One is MRT and there is LRT. And bus service, better buses are there. Taxis are there. Taxis are a little bit expensive compared to buses and metro system. These are the metro system. MRT means mass rapid transit system. This is a fast service, and LRT is light rapid transport system. This is actually maybe they are looking. This is for the public people, I mean normal people, for their normal transport. What I felt like this is like in our home country Kerala, is ordinary bus and limited stop. This is MRT, it's very fast, they have only limited stops and they are charging more, and LRT is the normal service, they have many stops and they are charging less. And according to British Council study, okay, Singaporeans, they are the fastest walkers in the planet, in the earth. So they will walk 6.15 kilometers per hour.
They're very short also. Not very short.
And okay, I will go to the place to visit. I will discuss only few places because you know the time limit and other thing. And yesterday only I got the time because I was fully occupied with my work. Sentosa, this is one of the beautiful place. If you are planning to visit Singapore, you should visit this Sentosa Island. See, there are nice beaches. They have a cable car and they have a laser show and many things are there. And one advice, if you are planning to visit, don't go in public holiday these places. It will be fully crowded. So you allot public holidays for a different thing and allot the normal days for visiting this Sentosa.
It's Jerome Birds Park.
Yeah, it's very nice. And nice city too, it is amazing. You will see so many lights. The city is more beautiful, very beautiful. You will enjoy it. And then there is Singapore Flyer. This is the second tallest in the world for ferry wheel. Second tallest ferry wheel in the world. Its height 165 centimeter. Okay. This wheel we can see from Indonesia and Malaysia. That much height is there, and it's very good city side. We can see under the city.
Biggest is in London, I think. Same.
Yeah, it's the biggest in the land. Yeah.
London.
Yeah. London. This cost I think 35. My mom
40
is
is
right.
around that is for
35 to 40. $40. And the next one is the Garden of Eden. It's a very beautiful place, and if you are getting a chance, you should go in the night as well. You can see the light arrangement, and there are plenty of plants, plenty of many plants they are planting there. It's a very beautiful place.
The new place? The new.
It is near to.
Is it come up new or late?
It's new only. I think a couple of years back they started. This is near to this flyer, this Singapore Flyer. See, you can see in the background
The flyer is
flyer is there, and this one,
Singapore Bank.
Marina Bay.
Casino.
And Singapore Botanic Garden. This is a very amazing place to visit. Definitely, Singapore, the other name is called the Garden City. Everywhere if you will look, you can see the greenery. More than 50% of the city, it is by greenery. I mean, you can see many plants everywhere. And Singapore Zoo, this is the world's first night safari zoo. And after that, some Western countries they started the night safari. You can do a night safari through the zoo. It's an amazing experience. Marina Bay Sands. This is a building. This is a popular landmark in Singapore. If any person is going to Singapore, definitely the person will go to there and they will have some clicks in front of this building. This includes hotels, restaurants, apartment, then shopping malls. I think for entering, I didn't go into this place, but they are charging 89 Singapore dollar, and this is a nice experience. It consists of 3 buildings, and at the top of the building you can see that there is a swimming pool.
Highest infinity,
World
infinity pool.
Yeah, that's right. And this is an expensive building in the world. In the world. I will score it was the Marina Bay Sands cost $6,500 US dollar. This is the pool. The next one is Universal Studio. As I mentioned before regarding Sentosa, it's actually the Sentosa Island. Okay, the same. Don't go to these all places in public holiday. It's too crowded, and you have to be in queue for more than 1 hour, 1.5 hours. I experienced it. That's why it's an amazing experience. This one. You can see the Jurassic, all popular movies rides. You can see there in this Universal Studio. Jurassic Park, Waterworld, Transformer, Mummy, then Madagascar. So many great movies rides are there. This is a very nice experience. Jurassic Park research. Actually, there is a ride which will take us through a small river. It will go to. It's like feel like a jungle. You will get dinosaurs are coming, and many horror sounds will be there. You definitely will feel you will enjoy it. Especially if you are going with kids, definitely will be their day will be great for this. And this was amazing. This is called Waterworld. You know, you all watched the Waterworld movie. Yeah, actually they were really. This is a live demo. This is a half-an-hour show. 3 times in a day. What they are doing, they are really acting on in front of us. There is a small artificial pond with the boat, with the guns, and with big stuffs are there, and heroes and heroines they are coming, and the enemies, the villains are coming also. They are fighting each other. Really stunt movie, really action. You can face it. It was amazing. The Mummy is amazing. If you have any heart problem or something, don't go. It's very horror. And it's a Transformer. It was a very nice experience. Transformer. What I felt like I was inside the movie. I was going with this all robots people, and the hero robot they were protecting me. So the blast will be there. He will come and cover us. It's a 4D effect. So the ride will go, and almost all the places you can see many theaters, many screens are there. So the ride will go there, the blast will come, then the ride will take you to somewhere else. So you will really feel it. What I felt, I was in the movie, inside the movie.
You were basically completely transformed.
And the best time to go Singapore, anytime you can go. That is the weather climate.
All weather.
Yeah, any month you can go. The climate is super, and there is no need to check for autumn, spring, winter, no need. And even though the best time, if you want to ask, November to March, just in between this period, you can there will be much more good climate. Even though you can go anytime, and the food are a little bit expensive, and hotel stay are a little bit expensive.
There are lots of Indian restaurants.
Lots of Indian restaurants are, even though it's expensive compared to Dubai.
Little India is cheaper than America.
Little India is cheaper. Chinatown also is there near to.
Been to Komala
Yeah?
The only difference is that when you have Chinatown noodles, normally you put soya into the noodles. Here you have noodles inside the soya. Inside the soya. So
Yeah. And compared to Dubai, the smoking is very expensive. One pack cigarette worth 36 dirhams. Here, if you pay 10 dirham, you will get a 1 pack cigarette. There, you have to pay 36 dirham. And one small bottle of liquor, you need to pay more than 100 dirham. Here, you need to pay only 30 dirham or 25 bucks. There, you have to pay more than 100. I'm telling you
But there's always a duty free. But there's always a duty free.
Duty free, but you know, the cigarette, only one packet allowed.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you want to carry more than one packet, I'm not talking about the carton, I'm talking only one packet. One packet, 20 piece. It should be open and you should take it out one cigarette
Mm.
in order to let them know that this is the used one. Otherwise they will not allow, they will throw it. So only one packet, and liquor you can buy it from the duty free, it's very expensive.
But duty free drinks is naturally the same cost. There also it's expensive.
They're also expensive. Malaysia is cheap, but Singapore is expensive. And after 10 o'clock, everywhere these all things it's available, like in grocery, supermarket, everywhere you can buy drinks, cigarette, everything. But after 10 o'clock, they will not sell it. They have the big penalty for them. If they will sell after 10, they have to pay 10,000 Singapore dollar. That's why the groceries are much more. They are careful to sell it also. If you go and ask, they will not give it at any cost. And the one interesting thing what I found there in Singapore, you can go with family. Even madam, you can go alone. I mean, there is no other, there is no threat. There is no need to fear about anything. I mean, if you will go on the night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, early morning 1 o'clock, no one will follow you. And if you will lose something in the street, what I experienced, I went to Sentosa Island. I know the one sunglass with the cover. It was lying there. No one wanted to touch it. Everywhere CCTV is monitored by. There is a very good surveillance system, and people will not take. That's the culture.
You were alone? You were alone?
No, I was going with the group. My friend was there with me. So I mean, we asked to cover a tour guide. So she was telling she's basically Goan, but she's a Singapore citizen. So she told Jimmy, this is our culture. We will not touch it. Okay, the official person, maybe somebody from the government or police or security, they will come and take it. So we don't want that. That's the culture. That's the built-up culture. So okay, let's all enjoy the session. Thank you for listening.